So I want to spit there. Guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993 coming at you. And of course, again, I forgot to share the link on Twitter. So let me type that in really quick here. Okay, there we go. Again, I swear I will get used to this and get into the groove. But till then, not the case. But guys, what's going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993 coming at you for my live review of this episode of NXT UK. Again, most likely the last review I got to catch up on. Again, I still will, take a peek at NXT. But again, it's probably going to be just a recap show, basically. So I'm probably not going to be, I most likely will not be reviewing NXT this week. But this is NXT UK from the April 10th edition, which I thought was going to be the first edition. At WrestleMania Access tapings that we're going to be getting, or they're in Brooklyn. I can't remember which location they're going to be taping the next set of NXT UK. But this we're in Coventry one last time, so we're here again. Overall, I thought this was a good show. I mean, I did enjoy 3 of the 4 matches we got on this show. The main event was great. The opening match I actually really was definitely one I wasn't was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And the interview with Piper Nevin, and the other match I was just didn't really care too much for. But of course we'll get to that in a little bit. But we'll go talk about this show real quickly here. We opened up with Travis Banks and Cassius Ohno. Of course, recently Cassius Ohno has come over to NXT UK, and he's basically just having the same goals he had in mind towards the end of last time. Just taking out people he feels that are just aren't worthy of being at the spot he feels to be at. So of course is the Kiwi buzzsaw Travis Banks he's starting off with, and again Travis Banks has been just like a scrappy veteran, a scrappy underdog who again has been unfortunate with injuries and looking strong in his losses. But I kept saying, come on, they gotta give him a victory. And I'll be honest, at the beginning of this match, I was a little annoyed because not only am I tired of, WWE constantly using, cowardly heels, but I'm also tired of having those heels that go out there and just act like everything's like a walk in the park. Like Ohno was doing that a little bit at the beginning. And I'm just like, okay, come on, don't do this. It gets old after a while. We're having how many people come out there and act like, this is a walk in the park. Can't we have someone just come out there and just dominate as a heel and just literally just look like you're literally someone that's tough to beat, basically, someone for that hero to overcome down the line. But eventually, of course, when Travis Banks started getting some more offense, and Ohno did start becoming looked like he wasn't really playing around much anymore. And of course, there was a point in this match where Ohno had a big knee into Travis Banks' shoulder, which was the shoulder that Travis Banks had originally injured back at the last year's UK Championship tournament. He injured that shoulder, of course, and of course, it's kind of been one of the injuries kind of been hindering him, but it has been used well to sell up the match. It's kind of like how Trent Seven had that knee injury that he was selling for quite some time, also with the UK brand. And of course, that injury was, declared happened in that my tag team match of the year, again, last year's tag title match between Undisputed Era and Mustache Mountain on July episode of NXT. But again, it was definitely, it kind of also made Travis Banks look more like a Mustafa Ali, which is if you listen to the Talk is Jericho podcast, I mentioned this before you heard of this, but recently Ali's on a Talk is Jericho podcast, and he mentioned how Vince said that Ali is really good at getting empathy, which I do agree. He takes some of these hardest hits that you don't know how he's continuing on, and that's why I saw, of course, this match with Travis Banks. He was not able to get Ohno's down with his Kiwi Crusher finisher, but then he eventually does a sit-down pin combination to get the victory over Travis Banks. Over Cassius Ohno. So Travis gets a win, so we'll see what's next for both these guys. But really good opening match. I definitely really enjoyed the story until again. At first beginning, I'm just like, okay, come on, don't do this usual stick we usually get, but they mix it up a little bit. I'm like, that's fine with me. We then get a replay of Piper Nevin confronting Rhea Ripley recently, and then we also get a recap of the UK title match at TakeOver New York with Pete Dunne and the new UK champion Walter. Of course, after that we see Jordan Devlin being interviewed about apparently people want a rematch between Dunne and Walter, which we may be getting very soon, I guess. But Devlin said that Devlin said that, hey, Dunn lost, and now it's his turn to deserve a title match with Walter because he's been racking up wins lately, which is true. And he once again said you can never bet against the ace. So I guess after Walter's done with Pete Dunne, the first title defense he's going to have is probably against Jordan Devlin, unless they do like a triple threat or something like that with Devlin and Walter, or they could have Devlin defeat Pete Dunne maybe or something like that beforehand, just to give him some more momentum. Because I keep saying it wouldn't surprise me if they actually called up Pete Dunne, because again, what else does he really have to do right now down in the UK brand and whatnot? So we'll see what happens there. We had Piper Nevins in UK in-ring debut against Killer Kelly. Not a complete squash match. I mean, it looked like it was going to be a squash at first, but Kelly got some offense in there as well. But Piper Nevin, of course, is definitely, she's a bigger woman, but, she kind of reminds me of, Dave Mastiff, bigger person, but very agile and, quick movement as well. So I, thought this was a good debut match for sure. And afterwards, after Nevin won with the Michinoku driver, right? I could call that move that a lot of people use, and that's gonna be Nevin's finisher, I guess. Rhea Ripley came out to just stare her down basically. We're gonna be getting a match sometime down the line between those two to prove who's the more dominating women in NXT UK. So we'll see how that goes. We then have an interview with Mustache Mountain from last week that was shown again. I think they're going to be taking on Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster, two good friends of theirs, in the New York tapings. I think they said so. That should be fun. And then also we see an interview from the UK Tag Team Champions, the Grizzled Young Veterans. Gibson said he should be home in Liverpool to support his club, but Johnny Saint forced him to fly to the United States, and he offers an open challenge for a non-title opportunity. So I guess we're going to see the Grizzled Young Veterans in action next week, but it's not going to be for the titles. So we'll see, of course, who they face. It looks like, I guess, they're aiming probably to have Kenny Williams and Amir Jordan be the next people probably to challenge them for the UK tag titles. This match I didn't really care for. Joseph Connors taking on Jack Stars. Connors wins the match, but I'm not really digging Joseph Connors right now. I mean, I watch this match, I'm thinking, hearing the story of what he's saying, whatnot, how it basically, they're basically trying to recycle the Cassius Ohno storyline recently with Joseph Connors. And my thing is you've only been in here as long as most of these other guys. I don't know. I feel like he's just going around in circles, basically, not doing really anything for me. So I don't really care, too much about Joseph Connors, I gotta say. So that match was what it was. And then we get a video package on Dave Mastiff again, who I guess is saying soon, but even though he's already been around, so this is him just coming back after he's been out for a while. I guess we haven't seen him since his no DQ match was with Eddie Dennis at Takeover Blackpool. So we'll see what happens when Dave Mastiff comes back, what they do for him. And then our main event, we have Toni Storm and Jinny for the UK Women's Championship. A pretty good match. I mean, obviously from the video package is shown that these two women do have history together, not just, on the UK brand, but, seems like they've had a rivalry, like outside the UK brand as well. So they know each other pretty well. So which seems like they do have really good chemistry. I mean, like Tony's matches with Rhea weren't bad, but I think I think a little bit better from those two. But Toni and Jinny, the two matches I've seen them have, in the UK brand, I think they did have one match in the Mae Young Classic. I can't remember for sure, but they have really good chemistry very well together. Like instantly from the beginning, you can tell these two, storyline wise, I'm not sure about real life, but storyline wise, had a big hate for each other. And they came in, and they really started brawling and whatnot. And Jinny, did not take it easy at all. Yeah, she kind of did let her emotions get to her towards the end, but she did almost win a title a couple times. There was one time where she hit like a face buster on Toni. She like kind of rolled her up, but Toni was just able to get her foot onto the rope to break up the pinfall victory and save herself from losing the match. And then eventually, of course, for Jinny's emotions got to her, and Toni Storm was eventually able to take advantage of that and hit Storm Zero for her to get the victory. So Toni retains the championship again. Like, I like the match. I still wish they would have had someone else though challenge Toni first before Jinny. I mean, yes, they could have used Jinny as like a more serious competitor for the UK Women's title to put over Tony. But, you know, again, like Jenny does deserve a run of the UK television. I definitely think, you know, she's been built up very well. But whatever I had made Tony, because again, this is only the first few that Tony's really had besides, you know, Rhea Ripley since winning the UK title. You know, I feel like, you know, she should have maybe like be with like maybe like Nina Samuels or something like that. Like, you know, something like, not like, you know, like too high up the ladder yet, but not too low on the ladder either. So like maybe like people like Nina Samuels first before like Jenny, but still a good match. Can't take away from it. Of course, next weekend we're getting the Grizzled Young Veterans in action next week, and you know I think sometimes we're going to be getting Mustache Mountain taking on Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews. I think, of course, I haven't heard any updates on Mark Andrews and Noam Dar after that really good match they had a couple weeks ago that might have put them out of action for some time. So, of course, we'll see what happens. I'll have to look up an update and see what's going on with them. But, guys, that is it for my live review of NXT UK. I give it a B+. Again, I do pretty much everything except for really that Joseph Connors match. What grade would you guys give NXT UK this week? Your thoughts down in the comments section below. Make sure to slap a like on the video, subscribe or content on my channel, follow me on Twitter, DemandRunning3. And, guys, I'll see you guys all probably later tonight as I will be doing my special live stream of the week, which will be my 2019 Superstar Shakeup predictions. So until then, guys, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys all later on tonight. Peace out, everybody.